Hi, Nikki. Hi, and good morning, and welcome to Morning Mindset. This is Michelle Dale from Virtual Miss Friday, and we are counting down on the run up to the One Sourcing launch. If you haven't yet been to reserve your spot on the free training, which is on the 16th on the release day, you can go to virtualmissfriday.com/the number one and an N and then sourcing, one sourcing. So yes, we're still counting down. I think there's about 9 days to go now, and it's super exciting. So just wanted to get that out the way. Now this week we are doing our morning mindset on VA perspectives. So we've talked about a few different things in terms of perspectives, time for money, and we did skills yesterday and what skills virtual assistants should have. But now we are talking about clients, I guess, in a way. I wanted to give you my perspective on clients. Now, One Sourcing, the model, is very much about creating a quality service, because I feel that in the virtual assistant industry, that the super high quality services are a little bit few and far between. And we're talking about, and again, this doesn't relate so much to price, but yes, like they do say it, you pay for what you get type thing. Or if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys or something like that. I'm not saying some are monkeys, but it's very much that the high quality, very high quality attention to detail services tend to be the more rare. And I would say that's probably the same pretty much in any industry, but in this one it's particularly rife. So having said that, when it comes to clients, I think if you are somebody who really wants to offer that quality service, then you also have to have the same approach when it comes to working with the clients and choosing the clients that you work with. So what do I mean by this? I mean, be selective with who you work with. Be selective with your clients and choose the quality clients. And there's a process I go through inside One Sourcing, which is about pre-qualifying and things like that. So that's really important to be able to do that and to be able to be a little bit picky with who you work with. So when we're in the beginning and we're starting out, and I remember it back in my day, back in the day, when I was starting out, I was pretty much thankful to work with anyone. Like any client wanted to work with me, I would work with them. Like, I wouldn't be selective, I wouldn't be picky about it or anything like that. And as time went on, I realized that that wasn't always the best decision for me, and it also wasn't always the best decision for the client, because clearly we were not a good fit, we were not a good match. I was not that person's VA, and that person was not my client. And it took me a long time to really be impartial, and impartiality is a big thing when choosing clients, really impartial in the sense of, does this client fit my criteria? And if they didn't fit my criteria, or at least most of my criteria, and if I wasn't the one willing to compromise on that criteria, then I simply would turn the client down, or I would refer them to another virtual assistant who I would think would be more suitable for them. And I've been doing that now for a number of years, and it was difficult originally, like initially turning a client down, but it made a lot of sense. And I went from being very stressed, feeling overwhelmed, feeling burnt out, trying to please everybody, trying to please these square pegs in these round holes that, we just weren't a good fit. And eventually filtering it out. So all the clients that I work with now are pre-qualified quality clients that I love to work with. And the result of that, by being selective with clients and impartial about the process of that, the selection process, it has really allowed me to have a much more harmonious working day. I have a more profitable business because I'm selective, not because they're not necessarily because of what they're paying me, but how I'm able to approach the work. You know, if you're working with clients who are appreciative of you and don't mind paying your rates and understand all your boundaries that you've put in place in terms of timeframes and expectation management and all that good stuff that's built into one sourcing, then it can really make such a big difference on your day. Now, you imagine a day, or try to think back and remember a day where something bad happened or something went wrong. How much energy and time that took to feel that situation out. Some people can just kind of like switch it off and be totally like impartial, but most of us will kind of dwell on that situation, get frustrated with it, rehash it in our heads about, oh, that was like really annoying and da da da, and then maybe tell a few friends about it and things like that. And imagine like how much that burns up in a day of that simple exhausting act of being frustrated or angry with something. Now, if you apply that to a client, and there is a particular client or a set of clients or a series of clients that are causing this frustration and causing this difficulty and causing these feelings within you, you might not even be working on their tasks, but they're still burning up your time. This is just time you can't charge for because it's how you're feeling inside. And this is a really important point to kind of reiterate about the profitability of a business. Now, you can be spending time on that client, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's time on a task or on a project or something you're working on. You can spend time burning up energy, just feeling disappointed with a situation, upset with a client, upset with an email they've sent, upset with something they said to you, upset with how they're treating you, stuff like that. And that is all time that you are giving to that client, but you are not being paid for. So this is something very, very important to consider about being selective with clients, because it means that you will have less unpaid work devoted to basically burning up energy on them. And it's really important. So make sure you get your pre-qualifying in. Make sure you feel really good about the client that you're working with. And if you have that gut instinct and you have that feeling that this is probably not going to work out, or this client is going to be a problem, or even if you are already working with the client and you're feeling like this is burning up too much of my time and my energy that I'm not being paid for, then it's time to work on the exit process of that client and use your exit strategy with clients in order to remedy the situation and make room for a quality client who is most ideal and most suited to you, where you're not going to be burning up all that unbillable time. So that's today's VA perspective on clients. And it's a very, very important one, no matter what stage you're at in your business. I wish I'd been a bit more impartial with my selection process with clients, basically saying, yes, you're a good fit, no, you're not. But you know, it's something that you sometimes have to grow into in a VA business. So that was today. That concludes our VA perspectives for this week. Tomorrow we are back here inside Morning Mindset with our card readings, our 1, 2, or 3 card readings. So we'll pick up what messages are around for you for the coming week. But in the meantime, we are going to get down and do our daily accountability. Get your journals at the ready, and we will begin. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude.
First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.